What up, guys? It's DJ Envy.
And I am Gia Casey.
And this is another edition of the Casey Crew. And Happy New Year's to everybody out there. Hopefully everybody is enjoying their couple of days in the new year already. Mm-hmm. Now, before we start off, I want to say shout to everybody who has purchased tickets to our live taping of our podcast.
Yes.
It goes down at Caroline's. That's in New York City, February 13th. If you want to check out and come on and join us, it's carolines.com. And we're doing a live broadcast February 13th. We're going to be talking to all of you guys out there. So hopefully you guys will come and we'll get to have some fun. It's a date night out, couple date night out.
Yes, it's going to be a good date night. I can't wait to meet you guys.
Single ladies, you can come, and single fellas, you can come as well. And maybe you can find somebody. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can't. Maybe you can work on your relationship a little bit.
Before you come.
All right. So again, it's carolines.com. Get your tickets. And also, if you want to email us for anything, thecaseycrew@gmail.com.
Yes.
That's THEE, caseycrew@gmail.com. Again, the Casey Crew. Tell them the email, baby.
The Casey Crew, THEE, caseycrew@gmail.com.
That's right. Now, this week's episode of the Casey Crew is brought to you by Bevel. Now, Happy New Year's. Do you have a New Year's resolution? One of my New Year's resolutions, and we'll talk about it a little more, is I don't want to say cleaner, but I want to make sure that I'm up to par more. Because a lot of times I just let myself go. I'll be like, all right, well, I'll shave on Monday. I'll shave on Tuesday. I'll shave on Wednesday, and I forget. But I'm going to make sure that now I'm going to be crystal, more spiffy.
You're going to be more spiffy for me?
Absolutely. So when you put your hands on my face, you could be like, oh, that's like a baby's butt. Soft like a baby's butt. And you could get your Bevel today. I mean, Bevel works amazingly. It's designed for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. You could get your Bevel today and enjoy the first month for free on Gia and I. So you get it free, Gia doesn't get it back. Now, all you got to do is go to bevel.com/Casey. That's getbevel.com/Casey. Start shaving smarter with Bevel. Shout to Bevel. So since it is the new year, people always talk about, well, what are your New Year's resolutions? Mm-hmm. And some people don't like New Year's resolutions. They're like, I'm not going to say a New Year's resolution. I don't care.
Every day is a new day.
Right.
I can change every day. I don't need to wait till January 1st.
Right. But I feel, I don't know how you feel, babe, but I feel we do New Year's resolutions every year.
Uh-huh.
Right. The reason being is I think it's a time to reflect of things that you want to do better in your life, things that you might have effed up the year before.
Right.
And you want to make a change. And not just in life, but also in your relationship. Since this podcast is about relationships, so we'll talk about relationships. Now, we haven't actually talked about our New Year's resolutions because we wanted to do it here for the podcast.
Right.
So we're going to talk about them today. Now, well, first of all, do you think New Year's resolutions are important?
I don't know if I want to say that I think that they're important, but I think it's an opportunity to make changes. And I think that people feel motivation to make those changes because, you know, a good portion of our society are doing the same thing at the same time. People are taking that opportunity for self-betterment. So I think that that's a little bit encouraging about it. And it's kind of a point where you can say, you know what, I'm going to press the restart button and I'm going to attempt to correct all of my personal wrongs.
Right. But if this is a relationship and we are pressing that reset button, we both have to press the reset button. I can't say I'm going to press this reset button and I want to be different and you're still pulling me back in 2016.
Well, I always want to be better.
Okay.
I always want to be better. I try to be better damn near every day. So that'll be easy for me. I don't know. I mean, I have to give a little bit of thought of what I want to highlight as far as, you know, what I want to better regarding our relationship. But I want to hear what you have to say first.
For New Year's resolutions? Mm-hmm. Okay. First, just as a person, I hate when people say, I want to be a better person, but I actually want to be a better person. I'm going to tell you how. One, I want to have more fun.
Have more fun?
I have a lot of fun.
We have a lot of fun.
But I also have a lot of stress. Like I let little things stress me out.
You do.
And I don't want those things to stress me out anymore.
Okay.
I don't want to say it frees the thing, but I'm that type of person that everything stresses me out. If I see an IRS letter in the mail, I'm stressed out. You know, if It could be anything. If I have a pimple on my ass, I'm stressed out. If I have a bump on my hip or a bump under my armpit, I think I have some disease that can't be cured. It's just, that's just who I am as a person, and I have to stop with that. Everything can't stress me out. Everything can't bother me. I have to let things go and just enjoy life and not let those little things stress me out. That's one main thing that I'm going to do.
So you want to de-stress and have more fun.
Yes.
So it's one thing to say, this is my goal. It's another thing to have a plan of action to rectify the wrong or to implement that goal.
Right.
So how do you plan on doing it?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is some of my responsibilities, I'm going to let go. I'm the
You're just going to let go of responsibilities?
Yes. I'm going to find other people to do those responsibilities. I'm the type of person that I've been let down by so many different people that I want to do everything.
Right.
And the problem with doing everything is you do so much, you don't have time for yourself. So I'm checking flights. I'm cleaning this. I'm doing this with the cars. I'm doing this with the kids. I'm doing this with the bills. It's so much things that I'm doing that is work related and family related and household related and personal related, that some things I just got to say, you know what? I have to trust other people to do other things.
Okay. I get that. So now how do you want to have more fun?
I think fun comes with not having those responsibilities anymore. I won't have to do all the things that I had to do and spend all the stupid time doing things, Like a lot of times I'm so scared to losing. All right, let's say for my career, I don't want to F up ever. I worked hard for everything that we have now. And I'm so scared to lose it for a mistake that sometimes I don't allow people to book this, and I don't allow people to take care of this, and I don't allow people to do this. So I'm going to start allowing people to do more in my career. And in my personal life, the same. I'm the type of person to be like, if we hire somebody to do something, I'm standing behind them to make sure they're doing it right.
Right.
And I can't do that anymore.
So
if I hire you to do it.
You want to stop micromanaging.
Right. Right.
So now how does that transition into fun? So I'm hearing about the de-stressing, but how do you want to have more fun?
Okay. That's easy. I mean, I honestly feel like with the less things that I do as far as responsibilities, it gives me the ability to do more things. Like for instance, over the break last week, I did a bunch of things that I haven't done in a long time. We went to an indoor water park. Usually when we go in the indoor water park, I'm so focused on the babies and following the babies around and holding the babies' hands and making sure that the babies, the 3-year-old and 2-year-old, so happy that the 15-year-old and 14-year-old, I don't spend any time with them.
He's not 14. 13-year-old,
my bad.
Okay.
15-year-old and 13. But this time,
I know there's a lot of them. It's hard to keep track, but
this time the 13-year-old, me and him, Logan, we actually hung out with each other.
Right, that
was
was
we
nice.
went on every ride with each other. Then we went snow tubing, and then we tried snowboarding, and we did everything.
People might be a little confused because you just said a water park,
right?
And now you're saying snow tubing, so you have to clarify.
Well, it's an indoor water park, and it's also at a ski resort, so you can do both indoor stuff and outdoor stuff.
Right.
So I was able to do stuff like that, but usually I'd have stayed inside, I'd have sat on a chair and just watched the babies.
Right.
But now I was like, you know what, F this, and we actually went out, and when I got back, I was a little sore because I busted my ass mad times, but I had fun.
Right.
So I want to start doing more things like that, like the stupid things that we used to do that we kind of say, we don't have time for. Like me and you used to do races. Like we used to race. Like me and you used to, it's Saturday morning. We're going to get up at 10 a.m. and we're going to race.
I'm going to prove to you you're not faster than me.
And then the loser has to massage the other person. Like that was fun. Like we used to play Monopoly all the damn time.
Oh my
we used to have card night.
That was life.
But we forget those things because we are so caught up in all the other bull crap.
Well, we're just busy. We have so many things going on.
And that's my point. We have to give some of those responsibilities or let some of those responsibilities go so we can still have fun.
Monopoly is everything. Like family Monopoly is so much fun. It's so competitive.
Right.
I mean, I remember us playing Monopoly for like 6 hours at a time. You, me, Madison, and Logan.
And I want to tell the people out there, if you have kids, and even if they're not old and they're teens and they're young, you should play games like Monopoly, Trouble. What's the other one we play where we draw the pictures? Pictionary. There was one other one that we always play all the time that the kids love.
Well, it's not we play Taboo.
Taboo.
But that's not a board game.
Taboo. But we do these things with the kids, and it keeps the family tight.
Yeah.
Because the family actually loves playing those games, and they really, really get a kick out of
it's so much
playing
fun.
with mommy and daddy.
Yes.
And we started playing with the kids that were like 5 years old, 6 years old. That's when we originally started
No, a little bit
playing.
older. Well, Monopoly, like maybe 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the kids, I just want to say
Because that's when they were old
really
enough to get the concept. But Monopoly is really good because it teaches kids money fundamentals.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of lessons to be learned in Monopoly and teaching your kids how to play Monopoly and why you do this and why you make that decision and why you buy that property and, you know, the properties that you have in comparison to the amount of money that you have. And, you know, it kind of teaches them, it taps on smart business decisions.
Right.
So not only is it fun, but they're learning at the same time. And you know what, guys, it's not the type of thing like, oh, I got to go play this with my kids. We actually have fun and we actually compete. You know,
it's
like you can't do something for the sake of your kids for 6 hours and then say, all right, we got to play again because, you know, you won 2 in a row. Now it's my turn.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's actually one of my resolutions, not necessarily the way that you described yours. One of mine is that I want to spend more time with Madison, personal one-on-one time with Madison, because I'm realizing, you know, she just turned 15.
Right.
And she's going to be going off to college in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even imagine what that's going to be like. Because once she goes to college, you know, next thing you know, she graduates, she gets an apartment, she finds a boyfriend, she's engaged, she's married, she's on the fast track for her career. It's like you almost lose your baby.
Slow down. She's only 15.
No, but I'm saying, but that's the way that it happens. You know, it's like, I remember 10 years ago, my mom said to me, you know what, Gia, you're going to blink and it's going to be 10 years later and you're not even going to realize how quickly time passed. You really have to do all the things that you want to do, accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish one by one because time goes so quickly. And here I am 10 years later and she was absolutely right.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So by the time that we blink, we're going to be planning a wedding.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I want to make sure that I take all of those. And I mean, she's not a baby, but baby moments with my little newly teen child. You know, I want to be able to do things and really just absorb all of that time and suck it all in and take full advantage of it.
You know what's crazy? You know, for Christmas, you know, Logan just turned 13, December 28th. You know, and we asked the kids what they want for Christmas, and he really didn't want anything for Christmas.
Nothing at all.
But the dope thing about it is I'm probably never going to buy him a gift again. And I'm going to tell you why. He enjoys more than anything in this world hanging out with me. Mm-hmm. Like, he enjoys going to the football games. It doesn't matter where the seats are. It could be 300 and you're touching the ceiling, right? Or it could be courtside. It doesn't matter. Right. He just likes to hang. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy it because we get to have one-on-one conversations. Yeah. Just life. So that's my new thing with him. Like, you know, this weekend, of course, the Giants are going to be playing in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Now, I promised him for his birthday that I would take him to a playoff game. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I want to go to this playoff game. Right. Now, I was praying that it would be somewhere warm, but they're playing in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And the temperature is going to be like -5.
I looked it up.
So I went to his room and I was like, hey, you know, they're going to be playing in Green Bay. You just want to watch it home? He was like, no, let's go. I'm down. Let's fly out there.
I'll just wear 18 layers.
And he was serious about that. And
He's
I'm like,
serious about his layers.
Yes. I was like, all right. So, you know, things like that, that's his birthday present. Those are the type of things that he enjoys, that one-on-one time. So,
well, he's not a materialistic kid.
Not
at all. Nah. I mean,
he's not like me. He's not like me at all.
No.
He could care less about sneakers, cars, none of that. He don't care.
Nothing. You can give him one pair of sneakers, you know, when school starts in September, and if he had his way, he would wear those sneakers the entire school year. Absolutely. And just be like, yeah, the bottoms haven't worn out. They're still good.
That's how it is, yeah.
He doesn't care. I'm like, you know what, Logan? I can kind of see your ankles with those sweatpants. You might want to change. Actually, give me those. Let me throw them away real quick. And he's like, I don't care. Kids at my school don't care. Nobody cares. Who cares?
He doesn't care.
Yeah, you don't really match today. You know, why don't you put on the outfit that I put out for you? And he's like, yeah, nobody cares. Like, if I let him do it, he would go to school in pajamas if he could. And like the kid, he's just so not about.
That's great.
He just wants to have fun.
Yeah.
He just wants to enjoy time with his family, but spending time with his family means a lot to him.
Yeah, but
and
to all our
Madison
kids,
too,
yeah.
but they're older, so to see how much that means to them, it really, really, really warms my heart.
Yeah.
Because a lot of kids, especially their age, they can't wait to get away from their parents. They can't wait till their parents just leave them alone. They don't want to answer any questions. They don't want to be responsible for anything. It's like, oh, just get out of my room. You know what I mean? Like, our kids are constantly in our room, in our bed, asking us questions, asking us to do things with them. Madison always says, Mom, I just want to spend time together as a family. If I say, well, what do you want to do on Saturday? Do you want to do something with your friends? Do you want me to plan something, make reservations, do something? She's like, I just want to spend time with the family. Can we do something as a family? And we
have to start doing more of that. I mean, we do a lot of it, but we have to start doing more of it. And I'm even going to start taking Madison sometimes when I just take Logan to the games, even though she's not going to care who's playing. She doesn't care if it's the Giants or she doesn't care. I'm just going to take her so she can come and just have some of that quality time.
I have a better idea for you.
What?
Why don't you take her to do things that she enjoys instead of me? Because then the two of you get to spend time. I mean, even if it's going to the mall, even if it's, a little shopping date, or even if it's taking her out to eat. There's a couple of places that she wants to go to in the city. I think one of the places is called Black Tap. They make like really cool like ice cream floats and things like that.
I'll do that.
She just mentioned that she wanted to go there. So you should surprise her and take her on a little daddy-daughter date, and spend the whole day in the city with her. You can take her there. You can take her, she's scared of the trapeze because I want to do the trapeze at Chelsea Piers, right? And she's so scared. But maybe one day you should just take her, just you and her, and surprise her. See,
the problem with Madison, and it's the problem with Madison and the problem with Logan. I can take Logan anywhere, and he gets in where he fits, and he's the type of person like, Dad, we could be at a stadium. He's like, Dad, them chicken fingers is $12. Dad, let's get one chicken finger, me and you split it, and we good money.
Chicken fingers ain't worth no damn $12.
That's Logan. Madison's a little different. Madison goes to
let's get one for you and get one for me.
Right, Madison's like, Dad, they ain't got chows here. They don't have STKs.
So she might be an expensive date.
She's like you, and that's too expensive. Nah, I can't take her.
It'll be worth it.
Nope.
But that's what you should do. That's kind of what I was getting at. I want to spend, because we have 5 kids, I want to spend individual time with all of them.
Right.
Because we do so many things as a family and that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I mean, that's such a joy as a mother to just sit back and, we could be at a restaurant and I just look at the table. I'm like, wow, all these little ones came out of me. And it's like an epiphany every time that I just look at them and, take count. It's like, wow. But we also have to spend individual time with them because they need individual attention. And truthfully, that's really the reason people always say, do you plan on having any more? Do you plan on having any more? I would. And I think you might feel the same way. I would, but for the fact that the time isn't there.
Right.
And then you start having children that get lost in the shuffle. Right now, I think we're right at the cusp of being able to give our kids individual attention where none of them feel left out. But, there are times where this one has a game, this one has a recital, this one has swimming lessons, this one has gymnastics, this one has a play date, and we can't clone ourselves.
Right.
And one of the joys that I found in, attending all of our kids' things is that you and I got to do it together. Right. And we loved doing it together. But now we're at a point where we have to split. Like, okay, you go to gymnastics, I'm going to go to swimming. All right, you go to football, I'm going to go to basketball. And now I don't want to say it's more of a job, but it's less enjoyable because I like to do everything as a family.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
And you should. And for everybody that's out there listening, the more you do as a family, the better your child will respect and really talk to you if there are problems or situations. It makes things so much better. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to, of course, I want to work out more. We're talking about New Year's resolutions. I want to work out more. I want to eat better. But
what does eat better mean? Listen, for everybody that's listening and making New Year's resolutions, I have to eat better is not a resolution. You need a plan of action because, I'm speaking from personal experience. When you have a goal and it's so loosely articulated, it kind of gives you the allowance to stray from that goal. You know, if I say I'm going to eat better, like for me, and I'm just going to throw out one of my resolutions, I am going to try.
I'm hearing try.
To give up soda.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I've tried to do this in the past. I drink so much soda. I probably drink about 4 sodas a day. It's horrible, apparently. And when I've said to myself, okay, I'm going to cut down on soda. I might cut down to 3. The next day I'll say, well, I cut down yesterday. So what's one more today? I'm really thirsty. I want that fizz.
Right.
You know, and it's not really effective. Then I said, you know what? Logan and I did this together about a month ago.
This was good.
We're going to do 1 soda a day.
And that was great.
And I'll try to drink 1 soda a day. And then I'll say to myself, well, you know what? What's 1.5? Because I'm out to eat right now and I don't want to just drink water. You know, so I'm just gonna drink, you know, it's like about a half, you know, serving at a restaurant's about actually like a half a can with the ice and everything. I'm like, oh, so that's nothing. It's too loose. So what I realized that has to be one of my New Year's resolutions is that I have to give up soda altogether. I have to be strict about it, or else I know that I'll give myself that permission to stray a little bit.
I don't know about that. I got to have a top pop a day, or top pop every other day. You know, me and Logan, it's having a soda day is not as bad, but if you do, that's good. That's healthy. And go ahead, I'm listening.
So you said that you want to eat better.
Right.
I want to hear what you mean by eat better. You need a direct plan.
I already got my plan already.
What's your plan? Stop it.
First of all, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna have an oatmeal with strawberries and bananas with a little brown sugar and granola in it. Right.
Okay.
That's the first meal. Then 3 hours, I'll have some nuts. Some almonds. Some nuts, some healthy nuts, or a bar. 3 hours from that, I'll have a salad. You know, some days it'll be with grilled chicken. Some days it might be with fish. Some days it might be with turkey.
Okay.
All right. Then 3 hours from that, I'll have either a light snack, which will be a fruit, it'll be a yogurt, or whatever it may be. And then 3 hours from that is dinner, which will be vegetables. I have to have vegetables every day. I have to have greens.
Okay.
And I have to have some type of meat. The meat, hopefully, is not fried. I'm going to try to stay away from fried as much as possible. So maybe I could do a steak, I could do some chicken, I could do some fish.
Okay.
And then that'll be it.
Okay. So is red meat okay, say 3 or 4 nights a week? Can you have a steak 3 or 4 nights a week?
Yeah, I'm going to eat meat.
Okay.
I'm eat meat.
But it'll be once a day.
Right.
Now, what if you want chicken twice a day? Or if you want red meat and chicken?
That's fine.
Like a combo twice a day.
That is fine, but I'm just going to stay off the carbs. I'm going to stay off the fried foods.
So no bread, no pasta, no rice?
Let me finish.
Asking.
I'm going to do healthy alternatives. Instead of white rice, I'll do brown rice.
Okay.
Instead of pasta, they have brown pasta now. Macaroni and cheese, I'm not giving up. If it's from certain places I love, I'm sorry. And more greens, more vegetables, more string beans, more green beans, more broccoli, more greens.
Okay.
And I will cut down on the intake of sugar that comes on me.
Okay. Now, is that for weight-related purposes? Is that for general health? What is your reason for eating better?
It's a little bit of both. It's for general health, and it's for weight. I think last year, right before my birthday, I said, I want to be at 170. And I was at that point. I was I think I weighed the most I've ever weighed, 195, and I lost all the way to 170. And I liked the way that I looked. You didn't like it. You was like, you're looking too skinny. Your head's looking too big. But
did I say that your head was looking too
probably? But I liked the way.
I did think that you were looking a little.
But
too
I liked
thin.
the way that I looked. I felt that my neck was a little smaller. I didn't have a stomach, and I was good with that. I was happy. So I want to get back to around that way, from between 170 175. And I'm 188, so I got about a good 15 pounds to lose.
I like a man with a little bit of weight, though.
It ain't gonna be me.
I like you to look manly. To me, that's sexy.
All right.
When you lost all that weight and you were, I don't want to say so thin, but you didn't look like you to me. You looked like the thinner, unhealthy version of you. Like you looked like you needed more weight. Because to me, that just, I don't know, it looked like a stocky guy with, but you're lean. Like your body, you have a lean body type. So lean with a little bit of weight.
That's what I said. I won't go to 170. I'll go to 175. That's 5.
We'll please. Maybe like 180. No. 180 and work out so that you're nice and toned.
And I'm working out. I'm back in the gym.
Do you know what I mean?
I got to get back to
180, nice and toned and cut, muscles, frame, like all of that. that's good for you. I
mean,
think.
I got to get back to boxing too. I've been back working out, but I got to get back to boxing. My daughter's looking real fly, and so one of them little high school kids might try to test me, and I might have to two-piece them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And back to resolutions, and for our relationship, the main thing I want to do in our relationship is I don't want to argue. When I say I don't want to argue, a lot of times I argue to win.
We talked about that one podcast.
We did, and I still do it, and that's what I want to stop.
I think that it's in your DNA. I don't.
That's not positive. You're supposed to be like, okay, baby, that's what you're gonna do.
You want me to encourage you?
Encourage me.
No, what I'm.
You're like,
course,
no, boy, that's in your DNA. You gonna keep doing that.
That's not what I meant. I meant that I think that you do it and don't even realize that you're doing it.
From doing it.
No, I'm just raising awareness
I'm
to
arguing
where
with you now, right?
This is my. I'm just raising awareness to where the problem stems from. I think that you don't. Well, sometimes maybe you do, but I don't think that you always do it purposefully. I think that it's just in your nature. So you have to come away from that. You have to identify it. And if you don't identify it and I identify it for you instead, you need to give credit to the fact that I just identified it for you and not argue with me about that at that point.
I got you. But I that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on not arguing to be right, but to really understand what's bothering you and to really explain what's bothering me instead of just doing stupid-ish just to try to win an argument, and it's not really beneficial to our relationship.
Of course.
So I want to do that. Also, what the last couple of months, I've been doing this a lot, and I don't want to do it, and maybe I shouldn't share this with everybody, but we share everything else.
What?
I've been doing a lot of, and this is, I think, because of the responsibilities. I've been tired a lot, and even with my energy, I haven't had a lot of energy. I want to start taking vitamins, and this is gonna be funny because you have no idea what I'm about to say.
I really don't.
I don't want to do, for me, the lazy sex.
Oh my God.
No, because I've been lazy the last couple of months. Like, I've been really lazy. Like, before, I would throw you around the room. I'd pick you up. I'm in the shower. And I've been getting real lazy. Like,
you have been lazy.
Shut up.
You have.
But I've been really lazy when it came to sex. You know what I mean? And
it's still good, though.
I know it's good. It's always going to be good.
It's still good.
But I've been lazy. And I want to get out of being lazy. And the way I think I get out of being lazy is to, like I said, to take my vitamins, which gives me more energy, to work out more, to make me feel sexier. Because, like, I'm used to, I want to throw you on the wall and pin you on the stove when you're cooking.
They don't need a visual.
I really want to lift your ass up in the air and eat your ass and put your finger in my. All right, but you know what I mean. All right, but I'm just telling you what it is.
It's understood.
Right.
Believe me, it's understood.
Right. What? I'm serious. Right. That's what I'm talking about.
You get so. I'm sitting here watching you, and you get so worked up.
Right. Right. That's what I want to do.
I wanna, and then I wanna.
Right. I'm just telling you what it is.
Okay. Go ahead.
Like, I really want. Like, I want to start getting lazy. I want to put a thumb right in your. All right. Like, I really want to get. Stop. All right. You understand what I'm saying? You turn so red.
Listen.
But those are the things.
But I mean.
But those are some of my resolutions as our relationship is. You know, like even this morning, like, we had great sex.
Okay.
Right. But I thought about it. Right. I was like, oh, I should pick her up and put her head out the window and let her get some of the fresh air. Right. I thought about this, right? Right?
Dude, it was cold.
Then I was like, damn, that means I got to get out the bed.
Gotta get up.
I got to lock the door, make sure the kids don't come in. I was like, F that.
Forget it.
Right. But nah, next time I'm going to lock the door. I'm going to stick your head out the window. What?
You're just so stupid.
But I thought about that this morning. Could you imagine, like, you get the fresh air, it's fresh air out, and bang.
It was raining this morning. What is wrong with you?
It would have been dope.
You would have messed up my doobie, and then it would have been on and popping.
It would have been dope.
I mean, okay, I'll take that resolution.
All right, so those are I want to like, I have sometimes, like, I ain't gonna say that. All right, I'll say it. Sometimes, like, I have like a drawer box of briefs, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say how many pair in there? 30 pair?
At least, yeah. You have a lot of boxer briefs.
But some of them need to get thrown out.
Yes.
Right.
And I feel like I'm always throwing them out.
But I wear them anyway. Like I'm just throwing this. I'm just going to work. And then when I come home, I'll be like, damn, this don't look sexy. The threads is coming off the boxer briefs.
You have the making of a little hole right underneath your right cheek.
Yeah, I need some good boxer briefs.
I'm like, yeah,
there's a boxer brief company out
like,
there that wants to send me some boxer briefs. Please,
babe, why don't you go look in the mirror and turn around and see what my view is like? Yeah, you go and do it. You're like, oh damn. Like, it's not really that sexy. You know what I mean?
And then my mom always told me, like, you always got to have on a clean pair of underwear just in case something happens and you got to go to the emergency room.
Hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I got holes in my underwear. I don't know why. I don't know. But I got to make sure I'm better with that.
So you sound like you want to be sexier for the new year.
Absolutely. I am going to be sexier. I'm sexy now, but I'm just going to be sexier.
Every time I give you a compliment, you don't have to like go back around and toot your own horn. It kind of makes people not want to give you compliments when they compliment you. And then you're like, yeah, I'm good in bed. Yeah, I look good. Yeah, I'm sexy. I'm like, you know what? Maybe the next time I think it, I'll hold it to myself because he's so confident. I guess he doesn't need the reassurance.
Well, you can toot my horn anytime. And what about you? God. What are your New Year's resolutions, babe?
Okay. Well, one of my resolutions, which is probably my biggest one, is probably going to transition into the argument of the week. So I don't know how you have this thing slated, but we might want to go right into the argument of the week. What I am going to do for you.
Okay, for me.
Is I am going to make it my business to be on time.
Bullshit. Did I say that out loud? Did that come out? I mean
From now on, I don't care what I have to do to pull it off. I am going to see to it that I do not infuriate you with my lateness. See, and you told me I wasn't encouraging you.
I didn't say anything. I just looked at you.
Your look is not encouraging at all. I can't be better if you don't let me be better.
All right.
Okay? I'm trying to be better.
So tell me what you said and I'll
I am going to do whatever it takes to ensure that I am ready at the time that we decide that we need to leave to be at whatever event, whatever kids event, whatever anything. I am going to be on time.
G-I-A. What does that spell?
For the new year. That is what I am going to do for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I don't care if I have to start getting ready.
Bullshit.
4 hours in advance.
Bullshit.
I'm going to take my shower early. I'm going to have my clothes and my accessories laid out early.
Bullshit.
I'm going to make sure that my hair is done early. I want to be in a position where I'm waiting for you to be ready. That's what I'm going to do for you.
Well, let's get right into the argument of the week, because that's the argument of the week, all right? And I was going to say that because I'm tired. Like, you don't understand. I'm tired of lying. I told myself I wasn't going to lie. Today, we were supposed to be here at a specific time, right? Now, I told you an hour before that we had to be here, right? You were still late.
Because I know that you lied to me.
The time that we were supposed to be here.
I know that you lied to me.
The time that we were supposed to be here was the time that we left the house.
So if you tell me
it's a 45-minute drive.
That we have to be somewhere at 2 o'clock, I know that we don't really have to be there until 3 o'clock.
All right, so now I have to lie.
You're never honest with me.
So now I have to lie at 1 o'clock.
Well, I take into consideration the lie, and then I get ready accordingly.
Yeah, that's the problem. I hate, like, you cannot put yourself in a predicament. And this is part of me being stressful. Like,
so now that's part of your stressful life?
It absolutely is. Because I'm sitting there and we have a function to go to, whether it's a function, whether it's a date, whether it's a movie screening, whether it's to go see somebody, whether it's a party, whether it's whatever it may be, a meeting.
The airport,
motherfucker.
Yes.
Excuse my French. Right? And you always give me anxiety. I'm sitting there. I said, babe, the flight's at 3. We have to leave at 1 to get there at 2 because we have to check in a bag. And what happens? We're leaving the house at 1:40.
I feel like I'm getting chastised
I'm driving 90 miles an hour to get to the airport. But for those 40 minutes while I'm waiting for you to be ready, to get ready, I'm sitting there, I'm sweating, I'm pissed off. You're ruining my day. I'm mad. I come in the bathroom every 5 minutes like, babe, you know what time it is? And then you're like, well, I can't fix whatever I have to fix. You messed it up. I got to start all over. And I really want to be like...
because you're giving me stress and anxiety. So if you know that we're already running late, and if you know that you coming into the bathroom and ice grilling me every 6.5 minutes is only going to prolong the amount of time that it takes me to get ready. You should just sit on the bed and wait until I'm done. Be upset. If it's my fault, that's fine. But don't come in and antagonize the situation, because that's what you do. Because I'll be sitting there doing my eyeliner, and ladies, you know that is a very artistic, meticulous thing that we engage in.
You know what I feel like saying?
And I'll be doing it. You come in, you ice grill me. Now I'm nervous. Now my right hand is shaking. I mess it up. Now I got to take the whole thing off, start from scratch, and now we're another 15 minutes into the whole process.
I feel like saying, bitch, fuck your eyes.
You know, that's really nasty.
I'm telling you what I feel.
So you don't care if my eyes look pretty?
Like sometimes I was like, damn, if my wife was blind, would she still put eyeliner on? Like, I feel that way sometimes. I feel like saying, you know what? If I cut her hair off, will she still have to do her hair? Mm-hmm. Like, that's how I feel. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting.
You shouldn't antagonize the situation.
Antagonize why? Because I'm saying, babe, we have to go. If you were ready on time, we wouldn't have an argument. So you know what winds up happening? For the 40 minutes or 30-minute drive we have to take, we're mad at each other. Well, it's nasty and it's horrible. And then when we get out the car, we finally start talking and we have to warm each other back up to being happy. I don't want to be in that position
anymore.
Because
then I get in the car and you don't even say, baby, you look nice.
No.
Now I'm pissed off.
Right.
Because you withheld a compliment purposefully just to spite me.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't do that, because now, on top of the fact that it started off nasty, now I'm pissed off as well. And now we're going to go the next several hours not enjoying where we are, whatever it is that we're doing together. I mean, I might have started it, but you don't have to make the situation worse.
Motherfucker, start earlier.
You're going to stop with this M&Fers. Like, seriously.
Like, start earlier. If we have to be ready at 1 and it takes you an hour to be ready, start an hour before that.
But here's my problem.
Start 2 hours
before.
But
this is my problem. Even if I start 3 hours beforehand, I'm still like stressed for time at the end, and I cannot figure out why.
Because you don't start early. Because if you have to start out like today, we had to be here.
I don't know what it is. It is a bona fide problem. I don't know what problem I have.
You're reading emails, and I'm like, babe, we have to go, and you're like, oh, I have enough time, and I'm saying to myself, that's not enough time. And I'm pissed off, and I'm mad, and now I'm like, you know what? I'm in the car waiting, and I'm waiting in the car for 30 minutes.
Dude, I can't even figure it out myself. Like, I don't know what the problem is. But no matter when I start getting ready, if you tell me I have to be ready at 5 o'clock, I'm not going to be ready at 5 o'clock. It's going to be 5:15. It's going to be 5:30. And I can't even identify it. So my New Year's resolution is to work on that and to make sure that even if I have to go out with one eye lined and the other one not, I'm going to be ready at the door at 5 o'clock. That is my New Year's resolution for you, because I am identifying my problem, my shortcoming. I am apologizing for all the times in 2016 that I stressed you out.
Okay.
And I am vowing to do better.
All right. Well, this is what I'm going to say. All right. I think I'm quoting Mace or Diddy. One of them. It was the same song. When I say let's go or get left, yo. That means...
Oh, you're going to leave me?
Absolutely.
Let's see how that goes down.
Absolutely.
Let's see how that goes over.
I'm going to get in the car at 8 o'clock, and we have enough vehicles, so you're going to have to drive your ass and meet me there.
Let's see how that works out for you.
Because I'm going to leave.
All right,
I'm
well,
going
let's
to
see
be
how
at the
that works
airport.
out for you.
And you know when you're really going to realize when you have to go on vacation or and they're going to be like...
We've never gotten left. We've always made the plane.
Yeah, thank God.
We've always made the plane.
Like I said, you're going to realize when I get on that flight one day and it's me and the 5 kids.
See, you don't know how old they are. You don't know how many you have. That should be one of your resolutions.
I got a bunch of, I don't know. It's going to be me and the 5 kids.
I'm going to give you the cliff notes on our kids so you know all the information pertaining to them.
And I'm taking a nanny. We're going to be in the air and the kids are going to be like, where's mommy? And I'm going to say she's back in New Jersey.
She's on the tarmac.
She's on the tarmac. She's back. She's at the airport.
You see her waving in the window?
You're going to learn. You are going to learn.
Listen, you can't just identify that I recognize my shortcoming and I apologize for it. No. Why do you have to come from the negative place? Why can't you come from the positive place and cheer me on?
Okay. Rah, rah, rah. Bish kumbah. Gia will be on time. Gia will be on time. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
And thanks again to Bevel for supporting this week's episode of the Casey Crew. It's the first and only shaving system designed for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. Now, 9 out of 10 Bevel customers continue to come back because they see results, and my baby loves when I use the Bevel. Right?
I do.
No razor bumps. You get to touch my face, and it feels nice and soft like a baby's butt. What? All right, maybe I should
Because just the fact that you're sitting here caressing your face while you say that.
I mean, it feels nice and smooth.
You trying to turn me on or you turning yourself on?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Now, if you want to get a Bevel system, all you got to do is go to getbevel.com/Casey to order your Bevel today, and you get that first month for free. It's on us. So that means Gia won't get no shoes this month. She won't get another bag. 12 days of Christmas is over. You're getting a first free month on us. Now that's
Happy New Year.
Getbevel.com/Casey to get the first month of your Bevel subscription for free. All right, check it out. Start shaving smarter with Bevel. And like I said, my baby likes when my face is nice and smooth. And fellas out there, you can manscape with it too. You can make sure you're they know
what Manscaped is.
I'm just telling them your hair down there.
You're good. You know what Manscaped. They know what Manscaped is.
All right, well, yeah, you can Manscape with the Bevel too. Make sure everything is good. Good. Make sure look bigger too. What? Getbevel.com/Casey. All right. Well, let's get to the email of the week.
All right.
Again, if you want to holler at us, the email is thecaseycrew@gmail.com. That's THEE. CaseyCrew@gmail.com. And also don't forget, like we said, February 13th, we're doing a live show at Caroline's on Broadway. And you can get your tickets at carolines.com and spend the night with us. It's going to be perfect date night. We're going to be talking about everything you possibly could imagine, from relationships to relationships and family.
Okay.
They got food, they got drinks, so we're going to have a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be a good night out.
All right, now this is from this is the email of the week from Allison in Chicago. She goes, "Hey Casey Crew, I'm from Chicago and I love listening to your podcast. It gives me a different perspective on things and shows me that different perspectives are okay. That being said, I struggle to accept differing perspectives in my situation. I was with my man for 5 years and we had 2 kids together. While we were together, it didn't work out. He didn't work. He didn't spend time with our kids. It was just me basically by myself. We've broken up for 2 years and now he's moved on. He's got a new lady. They got married and he works and he's a dedicated father to his kids and his marriage seems to be great. I don't understand what was different about our situation." She says, "The biggest problem is that I can't deal with him. I can't deal with his wife or his children decently. Even though they have siblings, I don't want to get to know his children and I don't want my kids to have a relationship with them either. I am so resentful of him. I stare at him and his microwave family and I'm constantly reminded of that life that I should have had. He ruined my life and I can't forgive him for that. Help me."
Wow.
That was a long email.
You know what? I understand that though.
What?
I understand what she said and what her reaction to his new family is. I understand it.
Okay.
So basically, in a nutshell, she was in a relationship for 5 years. Mm-hmm. She had 2 kids with him.
Right.
She said he didn't work.
Right. Or spend time with the kids.
Mm-hmm. He probably, with that mentality, he probably didn't treat her the way that he should have treated her.
Correct.
So she asserted herself, probably broke up with him. Mm-hmm. They're no longer together. He moves on to another relationship. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, that's the point at which he wants to get right.
Okay.
So now he has somebody new. He's like, all right, let me pull up my bootstraps. Let me get a job. Let me marry this girl. Meanwhile, he was with the other girl for 5 years, didn't propose to her. That was just his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. He marries the new girl, has children with her, gets a job, and wants to be Mr. I Got Right.
Okay.
I can absolutely understand her feeling resentful towards him and his new family. Is that okay? No, but I definitely understand it.
I don't.
Why don't you understand it?
This is the whole thing. The relationship didn't work. Obviously, you wanted him out, right? You didn't want him there because he wasn't being that proper man. I don't think
it's obvious that she wanted him out. I think that she probably realized that he wasn't going anywhere and he wasn't being a good boyfriend or father.
That's what you thought. But you don't know when a person is going to change. You don't know what's going to make a person change. You don't know when that time is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And she let his ass go.
So hold on. Are you insinuating that she should have just waited around?
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, you
for him to decide that she and their kids were worth it? to get a job.
She didn't want to wait around, right? She
decide that, he wants to make an honest woman out of her.
She felt it was over. It was a wrap. She didn't want to deal with it no more, right?
Right.
So she said, go.
Right.
Okay, he went. So now don't be resentful that he changed.
No, she can be. She has every right to be resentful because all that time you had it in you, but you didn't pull it out of you and give it to me and your family.
You let
your
me go.
Initial family.
You don't know what it was. Maybe it was his New Year's resolutions to be different. And maybe you should have waited to New Year's and see if he would have changed.
Oh, is that right?
But you didn't.
See?
You let him go. So now you can't be resentful.
Of course
That's what
can.
you wanted. You wanted him to change. You wanted him to be a better person. He's a better person now. Mama, deal with it. You should not be resentful. You should be happy for the man for changing and be happy that his kids have a dad that's changed. And now you need to find yourself another man or something that makes you happy. It's too bad, too sad.
No, he had it in him all along, but the fact that he pulled it out and put it on the table for another woman and their children together probably communicates to Allison. Her name is Allison.
Yes.
Probably communicates to Allison that she wasn't enough to make him want to do that for her.
No, see, that's how you women think. That's not it.
That's not how we women think. That pretty much is obvious to me.
Oh, well, it's obvious to me.
It's obvious to me
maybe
that
losing.
He didn't see her as enough to make him want to demonstrate that to her.
Maybe
to be the
losing
family
Allison
man.
was enough. Maybe losing Allison was like, you know what? I lost my wife and kids. So maybe I need to change my life and become a better person.
Then maybe he should have fought for that relationship.
Maybe she didn't want that relationship. Maybe
no,
she was like,
obviously she did because she feels resentful. Put it this way. If you and I didn't work out,
right,
and the relationship ended and it was my decision, I mean, we've been together a long time, so of course I would still love you. But if I saw you move on and be happy with somebody else, I could be happy for you.
She should be happy for him.
Because I would have completely let go of us. It was my decision to let you go.
And that's what she needs to do. She needs to let go.
But
move on.
But for her, in her situation, it's not as though, I'm not getting the impression that it was as though she just wanted to let go. I think that she was forced to let go because she realized that her relationship was like a poison. You have a man that's sitting in the house that's not working. He's not providing a good example for your children. He's not contributing. He's not doing anything beneficial towards the relationship. That poisons the communication. That poisons the relationship directly between he and her. So they're probably not enjoying each other. They're probably not having fun together. There's no money. There's no responsibility being put into the relationship to put it on a higher level. They're just staying stagnant. So at that point, you got to kind of, stand back and assess what's going on in front of you and say, you know what? I really have to let this go. Maybe if he grows, if he matures, and he decides that he wants to work on it, or, he can find himself in a better space, then maybe at that point, if I'm free and available, he can come back and then maybe we can work on that at that point.
Well, we don't know what happened. We don't know if maybe he tried to come back and she was like, no.
But my point is the fact that she's resentful means that she would have taken him back. That's what I'm saying. If I would have let you go, I wouldn't be resentful. But if I still loved you and I still felt like I had my claws in you and I saw you move on and be happy, then I might be a little bitter.
See, but the whole thing is,
do you understand what I'm saying?
You can't let me go.
She's bitter because she was forced to let him go, not because she wanted to let him go. Do you understand? She can't see him happy because that woman now has something that she felt that she was entitled to. She felt that that was something that she worked on. They had their relationship. They're 2 kids in. Do you understand?
See, this is the thing. The thing is, I get what you're saying, but she allowed that relationship to end.
No, she what do you mean allowed? That doesn't even make sense.
She ended the relationship.
Someone's acting like a poison in your relationship, and you're saying that she allowed it to end? No, he allowed it to end because he didn't fight for it.
Yes.
He didn't fight to do better for the relationship.
No, I hear that.
So she was forced to let it go, and then not too long afterwards, he finds somebody else, and next thing you know, he's like this perfect image of a husband and father.
See, I'll let you.
He marries the other woman. They have children. He works. He supports the family, and now he's family guy. that's disheartening.
Well, you had your opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to hold on and try to make this guy change. You let him go. You said peace. One, the guy probably was depressed. This new girl maybe found he got happy from her and said, I want to be a different man because I effed up in that relationship. So really he wants to say, thank you, Allison, for changing me as a man. I'm a better man because of you. Thank you. I'll give you a nice Christmas gift every year.
Right.
Because you changed
Right.
me.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have to figure it out on your own because I'm with somebody else and I'm happy. I would have been happy with you, but you said no.
I would have been happy just being a bum.
Now when you get married, right? What did the vow say?
I mean, they weren't married.
Well,
that's the whole thing.
That was the problem.
They weren't married.
Hey. Well,
and it was his fault, obviously.
he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
Clearly, he wasn't ready.
But she needs to stop. She needs to get over it. She needs all this bull. Oh, I resent them. I can't look at them. They're microwave family. Look, grow up. I was gonna say grow the F up. Grow up. Mm-hmm. You need to really concentrate on yourself. You need to be happy with yourself. Don't think of anybody else. Don't think of what anybody else has or anybody else is doing. You look at the things in life that make you smile. Your kids make you smile. Spend time with your kids. You like shopping? Go online, look at shoes all day. You like going out and taking strolls and going to the mall. That's what you do. But you can't look at other people's lives because you'll never be happy and you'll never find happiness ishing on other people all day.
Well, I don't think
that's
that,
how I look at it.
Listen, what I'm saying is that I understand her feeling, but I don't think that we should always act on our feelings.
Allison sounds like the girl.
Sometimes, what girl?
Allison sounds like the girl on Instagram, and everybody knows that you could post a nice picture and everything looks good, and all the comments are like, oh, you look cute, oh, you look cute, oh, you look cute, oh, you look cute. And then that one girl will be like, yeah, you look cute, but your eyebrows are a little off. She's that person. She's
How
not
is
happy
she that person?
Because
I don't even understand the relationship.
Because she wanted her man to change. She left him. The man changed, and now she's like, he changed, but they got that microwave happy family.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Yes!
She didn't want him to change for the sake of another woman in her family. She wanted him to change for the sake of her and her family.
Allison's the troll.
You know something, Rashawn? See, now you're starting to go off in that direction where you're starting to sound a little
what?
A little ignorant. You're starting like this is like you're one left turn away from sounding that way.
She doesn't sound like a happy person. She has to get happy.
She's not happy.
Well,
she's not happy.
Their relationship has been over for years now.
She's not happy.
She needs to move on.
And I don't blame her for not feeling happy because what you don't understand is for a lot of women, and I think it's more so for women than for men, because when you are in a relationship, a marriage, or just a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, and you produce children, when that relationship ends, 9 times out of 10, the woman keeps the children.
Right.
And the husband goes off and lives his merry life, and he cuts a check every month. And I mean, you know, in the best situations, the husband or the boyfriend, the estranged guy, whatever, you know, the situation is, he's a part of their life and, you know, he contributes and he spends, you know, weekends or, you know, takes them to their activities and he's still a father in their lives. But for the most part, the mother is the one that is there constantly, every day, doing everything that needs to be done, being full-time mommy and part-time daddy.
Right.
So the guy kind of gets a free pass in some respect. And that's not all fathers. You know, some fathers have custody of their children because the mother's not suitable. Some fathers, you know, even if they're estranged from their wife or their situation, they're there every day. So I'm not talking about all men. I'm just talking about the majority of situations from what I see. Mm-hmm. So when a relationship ends, like when a woman puts all of her eggs in that basket and they're with a guy, they love each other, they decide to produce children, and that man has you under the impression that he's your future, that the two of you are going to share a future together. And in your mind, you have plans and aspirations, and you imagine growing old and having grandchildren together because that is what most people want out of life. You know, you want to find your soulmate,
right.
You want to settle down, and you want to plan for the future and make each other happy every day.
Correct.
Then, you know, you decide on this person, and then that person lets you down. But this is after you've already had a couple of children, a child or two, it doesn't matter how many. It's like that person kind of ruined your life. And that's exactly what she says in the email. She's like, basically he ruined my life and I don't know how to get over this. I understand that. When you put all your eggs in one basket and that basket falls on the concrete and all the eggs shatter, and now you have to replan your life, redirect your life, and figure things out, it's like your life has been marred at that point, and then you got to try to figure it out. That can give a person a heavy dose of resentment, especially when you find out in her situation that this person had it in them all along.
Right.
To make you happy.
Well, maybe
and
you
to
change
do
that.
the right thing.
Well, maybe you change that, but you can't be crying and
she didn't say she was crying.
Bitching and
see,
being
now you're being
nasty
disrespectful. No, that's disrespect. Hold on, stop for 1 second.
What?
That's disrespectful.
Well, she is. She's being upset and resentful.
Crying and bitching, Rashawn.
All right. Well, she's being resentful. She's being resentful.
She is being resentful. People are entitled to their feelings,
They
Rashawn.
are entitled to their feelings. But what is that saying? They say what? God gives his toughest. What does it say? God. What does it say about the God and war? What is it? Help me out here. Help me out here.
I can't because I'm too busy laughing. Something like God gives his biggest troubles to his strongest soldiers.
Something like that, yeah. Right? So that's how you have to look at things in life. When things are that bad, you have to look at there's always a better side. God puts you through these things because hopefully there is a better outcome or something
I believe
on
that.
the other side of the rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we've seen it in our relationship.
Absolutely.
We've been through a lot of bull crap. And, looking at some of the things that we've been able to do out of the bull crap are things that I don't think we would have been able to do before. I mean,
absolutely
whether it's
not.
our relationship, it's our family, it's our podcast, we're able to help people in ways and do things for people in ways that we have never thought of or never expected.
Absolutely not.
So, maybe that was some of the reason.
It was a gift and a curse.
Absolutely.
For us. Mm-hmm.
So she has to look at it the same way. She can't look at it and say, you know what, I'm going to let this bother me. I'm going to be resentful. Because it bothers her. It stresses her out.
Well, that's a good piece of advice instead of calling, her resentment bitching. Okay. See, that's actually good.
That's being a man.
Advice.
That's the first thing a man does.
You didn't make that left turn. So let's reverse. And I want you to continue on that path.
So she has to stop looking at that relationship and look at her and things that make her happy and can't focus on the things that she felt didn't work for her. And she has to focus on things that have or do work for her.
Right. What I was saying before is, to you, I was saying that people are entitled to their feelings. You have to look at things realistically. And if something hurts your feelings, then it hurts your feelings. If something makes you upset, it makes you upset. If something makes you happy, it makes you happy. People have to realize it's okay to feel what they're feeling.
Right.
But that's how you deal with things on the inside. What you do on the outside and how you act upon your feelings, that's a completely different thing.
Correct.
So I understand the feelings of resentment that she has, but by not allowing your children to play with this man's children that he has with his new wife, that's not a good way of going about it, because now you have a problem and now you're just compounding the problem.
Correct.
Now you're creating more problems on top of it. What I think that she has to do is, just like you said, let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go and find her own happiness in spite of what he did to her. And know what the right course of action is. He has more children, so they're half siblings. So they should know each other and they should be able to spend time together. I know that hurts to have his new wife's children at your house and take all of them to the circus and do things like that, or maybe even on occasion having to spend time with the new wife or spend time with him and kind of bury that resentment. Of course, it's going to be hard because just like she said in the email, it's a constant reminder of what she should have had or what she perceives as she should have had. I didn't really pay too much attention or kind of dwell on what she may have done wrong or what she may have done to contribute to the failure
Right.
of the relationship. I don't know if he was injured and, was getting workman's comp, and that was part of the reason why he was at home and not working. So I can't really speak on all of the possibilities of why their situation was what their
Right.
situation was. But regardless, I think at this point, she needs to focus on moving forward in a positive way. And a lot of times as human beings, we don't want to do the right thing because doing the right thing doesn't feel good.
Right.
It doesn't give you the satisfaction. But once you identify the right thing, I think that people need to kind of reprogram themselves and say, this is what I should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what God expects of me. So I need to, regardless of how I feel, I need to stay on that track.
Right.
And if I need to fake it, then I'm going to fake it. If I need to fake a smile, I'm going to fake a smile. If I need to take them somewhere and I really don't want those kids in my car, I'm just going to do it because it's the right thing and it's what God expects of me.
Absolutely.
And once you do that, I think that blessings will start coming your way.
Absolutely.
When you just identify the right thing to do, when you plunge forward, then I think blessings will just start unfolding.
Absolutely. I think that's some great advice.
Thank you.
Now, if you want to holler at us or you have a question for us, you can always email us, thekcrew@gmail.com. It's THEEKCrew@gmail.com. If you have a problem, you're going through a situation and you need us to help you out or you need some advice, we'll do our best. We're not experts, but we've been married and we've been together a damn long time, so we can help you out. Again, it's thekcrew. That's THEEKCrew@gmail.com. And also don't forget, again, February 13th.
Come over.
That's right. Come and join us at Caroline's in New York City. Make it a trip. It's the day before Valentine's, so it's going to be a date night. You can bring your girls. Fellas, you can come out with a bunch of your boys. There's going to be a lot of chicks there that you could probably holler at. And we're just going to be talking about relationship. Everything that has to do with relationships, our relationships. We're going to be taking your questions. We're going to have a DJ playing some dope music.
There's going to be some surprise guests.
There's some surprise guests. We're going to have some comedians there. So after we do the podcast, they'll do some comedy. They have food and drink. So we'll have a good time.
We're guaranteeing a good time.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
looking
after,
forward.
We'll take some pictures. We'll shoot the ish with you guys. And we'll just chill and hang out and have a good time.
I was a little like, a live broadcast? Like, wow. Because this whole thing is new to me. But I am so excited.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, really excited. I'm kind of like, all right, well, whatever happens, happens. Whatever these live questions are, we just tackle them there. I think it's going to be a great time.
It's going to be a wonderful time. So we appreciate you guys for checking in. And we'll see you next week.
Yay.
All right. I'm DJ Envy.
I'm Gia Casey.
And that was another edition of the Casey Crew.
Toodles.